Happy Monday, Sainers. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly for the 4th of September. Yep, we're in that month, that famous month on the AFL calendar. And we're playing finals. 5 more sleeps, Sainers, until we take on the GWS Giants on the famous turf, the MCG turf at 3:20 p.m. It's going to be massive. And before we get into talking about that and more, we just want to thank Inglewood Coffee Roasters, as always, for supporting the channel and this video series particularly. So go on over to inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au, use the discount code Saints40 and you get 40% off coffee, tea and chai products. So you order that today, you probably get it in a couple of days' time before the final. Have a nice cuppa in the lead up to the game, you'll be feeling good, guaranteed. There's not a heap of news to come from last week, obviously no game, and that's kind of a big portion of these videos, but obviously the vibe at the club has been fantastic. I got to go down to training on the Thursday. It was a really good open training session and a lot of Saints turned out, which was amazing. It's the first time I've been to RSCA Park, you know, in the lead up to a final in Melbourne, so that was a really unique experience. The vibes are good, the players looked switched on, importantly, and we got to chat to a few of them afterwards, part of the media day. So if you haven't seen that video, go on over to the YouTube channel after this. Saints TV crashes St Kilda Media Day, check it out. We chat to 7 players, so they're all pumped, the vibes are good. I think there is an open training session this Thursday. There was going to be one on Tuesday, but it looks like they've removed it from the website. So Ross probably wants it a bit low key. I'll probably get down anyway. But Thursday from 10:45, I think there is another open training session. So get down if you can. Get some finals merch. I bought some merch. We got some finals merch from the club that we wore in the video the other day. So check that out. I think that's online to order, or you can go down to RSCA, go to Saints Store and get it there. I think the big question, we won't go too much into a preview because obviously I've got a preview to do, but in terms of, you know, whether Hayes plays, Sam Taylor, whether he plays, he's the fullback, you know, their fullback, and he would take Max King. So that's a big question mark on GWS. He only did some light running on the weekend, supposedly. For us, we're basically going into this with a clean bill of health. Seb Ross should be fit. Dougal Howard, I believe, should be fit. Josh Battle, he's fine. His concussion test's all done. He just didn't train last week, took the week off, but he'll be back this week in training. And then obviously Max King, the big one, is returning, guaranteed. So we go into this stronger than we ever have this season, which is incredible. We've timed our run perfectly. And obviously the boys get the week off, they refresh. We're looking very good. So I don't see too many surprises. I don't think we'll have too many surprises when it comes to selection. I think, you know, Jack Hayes, I think he's probably the one that comes out for Max King. He looked like he did something at training on Thursday, went off early, it looked a bit sore, so I think they'll probably take him out and put Kingy back in, and he'll team up with Membry and Sharman and Owens in the forward line, which will be exciting. Now, let's just quickly go over some of the key events from last week. Obviously, they had the All-Australian Awards, they had the Rising Stars, so Mitch Owens finished 3rd there. So good on him, very, very good effort. I thought he was a bit stiff not to finish 2nd or even 1st, but 3rd for, you know, pick 33 a couple of years ago is excellent, considering the winner and 2nd place was 2nd and 3rd respectively picked that year in the draft. But great to see Cal Wilkie get fullback in the All-Australian team. That was awesome. Full credit to him. It was I was surprised that he actually got fullback. I thought maybe he'd be back pocket or half-back flank, but he got fullback, and obviously Jack Sinclair got half-back flank. He's been elite all season, been an absolute gun, and Rowan Marshall made the squad of 44, didn't get into the final team, but I think he wouldn't have been too far off. I think it was a bit of a surprise that maybe he didn't sneak onto the bench. Zach Merritt made the bench. I thought maybe Rowe probably had a better year than him, and maybe a second ruck in an All-Australian team's probably, you know, having him in English would be pretty elite. If you really were picking a team to play physically, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's just a credit to all those boys being rookies that, you know, we've found some diamonds in the rough and they've developed into some gun players for us, and we've got many years to go to enjoy them, which is great. And to get that sort of accolade before a final, I think is really good. It justifies their season and how good they've been, but also what the coaches, what Ross, you know, and just generally what the game plan has done to our players. They're getting the best out of themselves, and that's all we can ask. And yeah, can't wait to see them perform on the big stage on Saturday. AFLW kicked off. So that's the big one. This is probably the biggest news of the video because it's round one, big build up. The girls, you know, they got a lot of new faces. Marshy, Nat, Exxon, and Sarah covered it last week in the Talking Saints FCW podcast. So check that out on Spotify. I think that'll come out weekly now. So keep an eye on that. But we took on North Melbourne in Tassie at Blundstone Arena. And unfortunately, North Melbourne were too good. They were just too good. I watched a fair bit of the game. Final score was 56-16. We basically didn't do anything for the first half, and then third quarter in particular, we were very good. We pressed, kicked a couple of goals, held the ball inside 50 a lot, and then they kicked away again in the fourth. So really, the third quarter is what I think Nicky Dell should look at and go, that's the way we want to play, a bit more aggressive. I think next week we come back and we play at Casey Fields. We didn't get any injuries out of that. Xenos was great. Hannah Priest, the captain, was excellent. Patricios was good. Vesley was great as well. Wardlaw didn't get her debut goal for the Saints, but she competed really well. And no doubt, Marshy, Sarah, and Nat Exxon will cover that in more detail in the podcast. But yeah, not a great start to the season for the girls, but North Melbourne, they looked very good. I don't know if they're supposed to be up there this year, but they were hitting targets, running in waves and kicking straight, and yeah, they looked like a top team in the AFLW, so keep an eye on them. But for our girls, we'll bounce back hopefully next week at Casey Fields, and then after that, I think we've got a good stretch of games at RSEA Park to enjoy. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Sainers. It's very light on. The boys, Max and Jordan, will cover a lot more tonight on Saints TV Live. Obviously, we've got the podcast, so we're going to be going into the GWS game in some serious detail, and then I've got my preview coming out during the week, and maybe a few other surprise pieces of content if I get everything sorted. So I'll wrap it up there. I think the key thing is there are still tickets available for the game. All of the finals are sold out except ours, but I've heard that the ticketing is looking pretty good for our game, surprisingly good, I've heard. So there are tickets still available, Sainers, so if you know anyone that wants to get along or you're still undecided, get to the game. It's MCG, it's a final. These don't come around very often for Saints fans, so get the red, white and black out. Let's make some serious noise. Obviously, we're playing the Giants who have a small supporter base. We're not going to see too many of them at the G. Even more of an opportunity to go. We're going to own the MCG. It's going to be Saints. You know, that's our home ground for the weekend. You know, as much as some people wanted us to play Marvel, it's the MCG. So let's enjoy it. Let's embrace it. Hopefully the weather holds up. And even better if we get the win. You know, that's going to be a monumental day for the footy club if we get the win, and then we go to Brizzy or we go to Adelaide, and then after that, you know, bring it on. We're the underdogs. We have nothing to hide and everything to gain, and it's really, really exciting as a Saints fan. So I'll wrap it up there. That's a very nice, easy Saints TV Weekly. Obviously, it's a big week ahead, so plenty more content to come out. As I mentioned tonight, Saints TV Live, Saints TV Podcast, the preview, probably a couple of other videos during the week. I'm going to try and get down to the MCG and do some videos there, so that'll be fun. Keep an eye out from that, and maybe some more stuff with the footy club, pending how crazy their week goes on their end, building up into the big game on Saturday. But yeah, thanks for watching, Sainers. Please like the video, comment your thoughts, let me know how you're feeling in the lead up to the game, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you at the footy on Saturday. As always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.